What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video, and welcome back to a rather frosty day out here in Colorado. It's like 29 and flurrying right now, and here in about an hour or so, I'm actually going to be headed over to the DMV specifically so I can go and get his plates for this guy. Now, part of the reason I wanted to go and make this video is just kind of document my experience with importing a right-hand drive car specifically to the state of Colorado. I've read a bunch of different stuff on Facebook groups and forums where people just have all kinds of issues with this. So hopefully, if you have an issue with this too, this video will help you out a little bit. And I'm gonna kind of walk you through the process of what I'm doing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it works. I'll be super honest with you guys, I absolutely hate going to the DMV. It's one of those plan for the worst, hope for the best type of situations, like every single time I go. And it's like, I feel like I'm always missing something. So hopefully that's not the case today, we'll see. There was one concern that I had, and it's like I heard it from a few different people, both in Facebook forums and online and whatever else. And that's it. Some people are having issues where you need to go and get a new VIN assigned, like by the state trooper's office. I'm hoping that's not the case because I really don't want to go and have any holes punched in my car. The car's already got a VIN. It's got a chassis number from Japan. So the fact that it's not the standard like 17-digit thing should not be a problem at all. The reason I'm hoping it's not a problem is because in order to go and get a new VIN on the car, this right here is the form you need. However, if you read this, it says a vehicle identification number is assigned when a vehicle identification number has been removed, which it is not because it's on there. Changed, hasn't done that either. Altered, nope, it's on the car. Obliterated, or the vehicle is manufactured from a kit. That does not apply to anything at all on this car because it's already got one. So to add another VIN on it is actually technically felony VIN tampering. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, I gotta get to rolling. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. Hopefully they'll let me video in there. If not, I will report back and let you guys know how the process goes as far as getting the plates and stuff for this car. But I'm gonna try to film as much of it as possible until they tell me to turn the camera off. So we'll see. Wish me luck.
6.
I got a little bit of a curveball, but I try to simplify it as much as possible. Have you ever done an imported car from like overseas? No? I found.
I've been here for 2 months though, so that's not saying.
Okay, that's okay then. This will help us both learn. I went onto the DMV's website and I got the bulletin here that's printed out, and I have everything checked off here that I think I need, so we should be good to go. This is what I have. I need to register a title and get plates.
Yeah. And she was like, yeah, it's probably because they've gone out of state, registered the car out of state, to the state that will allow them to register it, and bringing it back here to Colorado. But unfortunately, Skylines, they lack the safety features and things required. This is considered a racing car, and so it's not something that's roadworthy here in Colorado.
So that doesn't make sense. And the reason I say that is only because, I mean, this isn't like negative or nothing. This is like, well, because of the 25-year rule, it's exempt from NHTSA, which is National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And then
where it becomes a problem because it's not exempt from that. They say in the paperwork here, they mark it here for you and say it's exempt. And I think that's where it becomes a problem for us, is because it's not exempt. We still need certain things to be done for it to be on our roads here in Colorado.
What needs to be done?
It's not something. Skylines is a general state, cannot get registered here.
Really?
Itself, yeah, the Colorado itself will not allow the Skylines. That's what I was saying. The Skylines, my understanding, and I don't know anybody with a Skyline.
Yeah.
I just have seen them driving around.
Right.
But my understanding, what she told me, is that they can't get registered here in Colorado. So those people with Skylines are going out of state to get them registered and bringing them back in.
So if I do that, it's fine.
So if you want to do multiple transactions,
I understand it. I don't know how to translate that, but I just know that Colorado in itself won't register the Skyline.
yeah.
Because the car itself is made for racing, and per our...
Where did that come from? Because like I couldn't find anything as it pertains to that at all. Like, can you give me a print off that says that?
I could...
That'd be amazingly helpful.
If there's anything that's...
Because like the way the law works is with the one is 25 years, it's exempt from NHTSA and it's exempt from DOT. Like that's a federal law. And that trumps anything Colorado says. So regardless, like it should be fine. But if I could at least get a print off of that, that would help me figure out my next course of action.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Apparently, since it's a Skyline at all, it doesn't matter GTR, GTST, whatever, it can't be registered in the state unless I register in a different state and then bring it over here. Then apparently that's like where the gray area comes in, I guess. I don't know. She's supposed to be giving me a print off, so hopefully I'll be able to go and share that with you guys, and we can go from there. We'll see what happens. All right, so sit rep. I sat in there for 2 hours and got 3 different supervisors, and apparently like the head supervisor went and kind of like overrode the other 2, whatever. Basically what they're telling me now is I need to go and get a certified VIN inspection over at the state troopers place, which is only for bonded title cars. So like if you buy a car like without a title or bill of sale, salvage cars, kit cars, like all this other stuff that doesn't actually apply to the situation. And the nearest appointment that they have is literally at the very tail end of December, like on the 30th. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might try a different DMV. I might just register it in a different state and just avoid this whole problem. I don't know, we'll see. To be determined. More on that later. Yeah, right now I just kind of need to noodle on it and figure it out.
1 week later.
All right, guys, so it is now the following Monday. I looked around for appointments in my county and couldn't find any until the end of December. So I'm actually gonna be heading down to Pueblo today, doing the certified VIN inspection thing there. And then we got another appointment over at the DMV next week, Wednesday. As you can see, we got the GTR loaded up on yet another U-Haul trailer. Hopefully we'll be good to go. I will video as much as I possibly can for you guys and kind of keep you in the loop with what all happens. Stay tuned, let's get to rolling. All right, so we are out here getting our VIN inspection done. I talked to the trooper, he's a really super helpful gentleman. He's already got the VIN and everything like that for the car, so he's gonna go and fill out the form that I need, and then hopefully we should be good to roll. Not gonna go show you guys back out of the form because all my personal information is on that, but we do have the form that we need. It is this guy right here, so we should be good to roll. All right, now that we got that done, we're gonna be heading back to the DMV here in about a week and a half, which for you guys is gonna be in about 3, 2, here we go. And we're back. Here we go with attempt number 2 over at the DMV with this thing. I now have, hopefully, theoretically here it says in fine print, all of my paperwork. So yeah, let's get back after it. I will keep you guys apprised of what ends up happening today. I don't even know, we'll see. When you're on the way to the DMV and a Ferrari pulls out in front of you, you gotta appreciate the view. Who knows, maybe this is a good luck sign. We'll actually get it done at the DMV today. We'll see.
Now serving B 384 at counter number 8.
Stand on 38.
Can you take a picture of this?
We're getting plates. We're getting plates. I'm so excited. Just going with the standard green and white ones right now. Might switch that out later. We'll see.
Can I send you a picture?
I just paid that much money plus a $30 fee for, what was it, sales tax, title, plates, whatever it was. Yeah, we're getting plates, which means I can drive it now. I'm so freaking pumped to finally have plates for the car. This is great. All right, so I'm gonna go home, get these things put on, stickered and all that stuff, so that we can finally start driving this around. And when I end this here in just a minute, I'm gonna go and kind of give you guys a breakdown of all the forms you need, what exactly the process was, and then I'm gonna show you guys examples and stuff of the forms too, just so that way, if you're not really sure what they look like, you will know what they look like. So as if that Ferrari 458 wasn't enough earlier, we also got an Audi R8 ripping. Look at that. What a great day. Pro tip. If you're putting US spec plates on your JDM car, there's gonna be a small modicum of difference in the bolt hole sizes. The screw holes on the car are gonna be 9 1/4 inches apart, whereas the holes on the plate are only gonna be 8 inches apart. So what you're gonna do, obviously we subtract the 8 from the 9 1/4 up here, so we got a 1 1/4 inch difference, and that is going to work out to be 1/8 past your half mark on here away from the central bolt hole. Basically, we're gonna go and take this dot and put it right there, and then right about here, I'm gonna mark on both sides, and we're gonna drill some holes. Now, once you put your holes, it should look about like this, just kind of on each side. I just used my little Harbor Freight Christmas tree bit, and this thing worked really well. Now, this car did not come with any screws at all on here, and these things are just, I had these laying around, but they are M6 by 1. And there you go, 1 down, 1 to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the next one. Hopefully that helped you guys out if you're running into the same issue. All right, so if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much for doing so. I wanted to do kind of a final document review on what all you're gonna need to register your own JDM car if you do happen to go and import it. Whenever you get your import packet from your importer, it's gonna have about 13 or 14 different pages on it, and that's gonna have a whole bunch of different documents in it. I mean, you got a couple from the shipping company, you got some customs forms that you don't need, some that you do, and then it's got a copy of a bunch of different stuff. So what we're gonna do is just kind of sort through the pages that you need. We're not gonna go through everything, just the stuff that you need to register your car. Now, I will be going and throwing all these up on the screen too, kind of as I'm talking, just so you guys can kind of follow along a little bit better. This right here is a form that the DMV goes and has on their website that tells you exactly what you need to go and bring your right-hand drive car in. And the very first form on the paper, line number 1, is gonna be your HS7, which is gonna be your DOT Customs Declaration, okay? This thing looks just like this. It says HS7 up in the top. It's got the VIN on it and not really much else, all right? That's the first thing you need. Second thing you need is gonna be the original export certificate. If you go through your packet, they will have a copy of it in here. However, the DMV does need the original one. Otherwise, they're not gonna let you register it. And unfortunately, they do actually take that, so you can't keep it and frame it like I wanted to. The export certificate is gonna look just like this. It's all gonna be in Japanese. You're not gonna be able to read most of it unless you speak Japanese. And it kind of looks like a regular US title, just not in English. Third thing they're gonna need is one of these Customs and Border Protection forms listed. Going back to your import packet, it will be CBP 3461. And that is going to look just like this guy. If you look down in the bottom right corner, that's gonna have your form number on it. It's gonna have your name and contact information, your importer's name and contact information, the VIN, everything like that. And then it's gonna be signed right down here. After that, the next form is gonna be a Colorado form, and this is gonna be your VIN verification form. Unfortunately, the number that they put on there is actually for the one that you can go and get at any old car dealership, and they can just go ahead and sign off on it. However, that is not what you will need when you go to register your car. You need to go visit the state troopers and get one that looks like this. Unfortunately, I didn't take a picture of it before, but they shouldn't charge you for it. Basically, you go there, they put it on the state of Colorado certified VIN inspection form, right like that. They put the VIN, they do use a standard Japanese VIN, so you don't have to worry about getting any holes or anything like that punched in your car. Then they sign it and you're good. The next two things on the form are gonna be the certified odometer reading as well as the weight slip. I didn't actually need any of those. If it's over 10 years old in the state of Colorado, it's actually exempt from any mileage tracking, so you shouldn't need that at all. You should be good to go. The last thing you're gonna need on this list right here is actually a translation certificate, specifically from anybody that speaks Japanese. This does need to be signed under penalty of perjury, real translation, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, they're not gonna accept it, they're gonna kick it back. I worked with Spencer to have me import the car, as well as Destan over at JDM Global and Garage Defend. They're the ones that helped me out, went and picked up the car in Tokyo after I found it at a dealership, which I'll get more into later. And then they went and sent me all the documentation, picked up the car, pretty much took care of everything. So all you gotta do is give them a call, they'll be happy to sign it for you, email it back, easy peasy, no problem. There are also 2 other pieces of documentation that are not on that list that the DMV does need in order to title and register your car. First one is gonna be this guy. This is a bill of sale, all right? It's got all your contact information, the VIN, how much you paid for it, blah, blah, blah. They're gonna need that just so they know how much to charge you in sales tax, because unfortunately, we do still need to pay sales tax in the state of Colorado for a car that I bought 10,000 miles away in a different country. The other thing you're gonna be needing is your insurance card. They're not gonna let you register your car unless you have your insurance card. For me, for the GTR as well as the Supra, I go through a company called American Modern. They work with Geico and they are collector's insurance. Super affordable rates. If you're in the Springs, hit me up. I got a guy I'd be happy to put you in touch with. He does both my cars. Super easy to deal with, really affordable, fantastic. The only other thing that you will probably need if you're in Colorado is gonna be an emissions inspection if you live in a county that requires emissions. I don't live in a county that requires emissions unless you have a diesel vehicle, so I don't need to worry about that for these 2 things. So I didn't need one. But if you're in Denver or anything like that, you'll probably need one of those as well. And you can just go to your standard emissions testing facility and go ahead and get that squared away. They should be able to do it for you, no problem. Other than that, when you get to the DMV, please be patient with these people. This is not something that they do every day, right? Like the lady that I was working with today was super helpful, and she was also mega frustrated. And I was trying to just be as nice and polite and easygoing as possible. Really just because, I mean, meeting and getting frustrated isn't gonna do anything. That's just gonna make her day worse. But just be patient with them. You know, I mean, this is not something that they do every single day. It's not like it's not like I just went to Nissan and bought this car and then had to do a simple title transfer or anything like that. That's not what happened. So just be patient with them. They don't do this every day. You will get it done eventually. Just make sure, like I said, you got all this paperwork and everything that I just talked about. If you need emissions, get emissions. If you don't, great, more power to you, go team. But that's about it. So that's all you should need to go and register your car in the state of Colorado. I'm sure other states are probably kind of similar-ish. There might be a few idiosyncrasies kind of depending on where you live. However, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to share with people. I hope you found this useful. I will see y'all very soon in the next video. Catch you next time.